fellow diamond painting addicts, and welcome back to Diamond Painting Anonymous. I'm Daphne, and I'm here today to kit up my next project. Not that I have anything finished, but I am going to go ahead and kit this one up. This one is from Dreamer Designs. This one's called Snowman with Gold and Silver Presents. And it's just a cute little kit. And since everyone tells me we're almost done with third winter, I thought, well, I'll go ahead and kit this one up. So it's not very big, as you can see, it's only 40 by 50. So it's not huge, but he's a cute little snowman. I'm going to get him kitted up today. I'm going to be kitting him up in my bottle cases. So I have my funnel from Bella Art de Nicole. So I have that so that I can kit up into my bottles. I've got all my drills, the bags separated. I don't think this one has any static from what I can tell, so I'm just gonna put stickers on and get started. And then at the end, I'll talk about the extra bling I'm gonna be adding. Whoops, start to pour before I had my bottle in there. I did at least remember to put a trash can beside me this time so that I had a place to throw away all of my trash. Usually I forget and then I don't have anywhere to put all my trash. It just piles off up to the side until I remember. All right, let's see. Oh, this one has a little bit of static. It's always funny how sometimes they pour out so nicely and then sometimes they just have a mind of their own. I was like, I thought I lost one. I did lose it. There it is. Okay. And funny how the ones that do not have a lot of drills sometimes seem to be the ones that end up having a lot of static. Some of these, there's just hardly any colors at all. There are 56 colors in this kit, including like 4 ABs, I think, that came with it, 4 or 5. So we'll see, because I've also picked out some ABs out of my spare drill stash to add in as well. And I actually had quite a few colors and one that I'm quite excited about that I can use in this kit. So in most of these drills, there aren't a ton of drills for the different colors. I have maybe 3, I think, that I'll need to use more than one bottle, if that. All right, let's get these in here. All right, so there's that one. I missed one, but that one can just go in the trash. Again, it's quite funny to me how some of these just fall right in there, and then other ones I have to argue with. Oh, I do have one bag, one color that I have 2 bags of. I forgot about that, the 5200. So I may have to use more than one bottle for that. So 56 colors, I'm using a 60 bottle case. I have 4 extras. Whoops. Okay, so clearly I need more than one bottle for this one. Get all those out of there. All right, let me put these in there. That hardly seems worth it for that little extra bit, but it is what it is. And I've marked all my stickers already for the ones that I'm going to have ABs that I'm adding in. So you can see here, I've added my little dot right there, like I usually do, so that I know when I'm diamond painting, that means this color has an AB I'm trying to substitute. And some of these I may change my mind once I actually start diamond painting, but generally what I do is just go through and pick out DMCs that match. So these ones with the dots are all ones that I have DMCs that match. The only one that I didn't pull out that I have a DMC for was 310, but I've mentioned on here plenty of times, I think, to you guys that I don't like using, I don't know if I'm going to have enough room in this one. I'm not. I don't like using the 310 ABs if they're meant to be used as a shadow, because I think it ends up looking strange. So I did not pull that one, but other than that, I pulled out everything I had where the DMCs matched. That one has a little bit of static. Not a ton, but a little bit. All right, now I need to put some more stickers on. All right, so here's another one that I've got an AB for. Some of them are ABs. Some of them are fairy dust. Some of them are actually crystals, square crystals that I've had forever and I just have never used. Just because I typically don't like the crystals, but I bought them, so I should use them, right? Thought I had one stuck in there, but no. Oh, it was already in the bottle. So I did have one stuck in there. All right. So that is my, I'm going to run out of bottles, I think, by the time I get to the end of this, because I only have one extra one left. But maybe the rest of these won't have a ton of drills. I am trying as I go along here to make sure that I'm putting the right number of drill in the right number of container. It's easy to get confused, especially when there are so many colors with not very many drills. Okay. So for instance, 666, which is one of my favorite colors, I actually have some fairy dust, some ABs, and some square crystals. I don't know which one of these I'm going to use. I may use them all since I don't have very many of these two. I may just use them up and put them in different places depending on where they're going to go on the canvas. I know his hat, his scarf, his mittens are all red. So maybe one will go on mittens, one will go on scarf, one will go on hat. I don't know. I don't think I want to make his hat completely all crystals, and that's the one I have the most of. So I will just have to kind of play it by ear once I start putting them on there. But I have several colors of those square crystals that I purchased, gosh, a long time ago. I think from Shimmering Canvases is where I got those, I think. Some of the stuff I bought so long ago and I've just never used it. I gave away lots of stuff. I had glow-in-the-dark drills once upon a time, and I gave all of those extras that I had away. All right, so I'm at number 20. Not quite halfway. I'm glad I remembered to put my trash can next to me. That has been super helpful. Having the trash can next to me makes it so much easier to clean up. And I don't know why I always forget. I know I'm going to need a trash can. Crazy. I also had somebody ask last time I did a kit up, which was, I don't remember when, but last time I did one, why my camera seems to jump cut so often during kit ups, and that is because I try not to make you guys listen to all the crinkling plastic. Not that it's not exciting sometimes to, I'm kitting up and all of that, but just having crinkling plastic right next to your ear for people who listen on headphones and things, and even myself when I'm editing, I'm like, ugh, I don't like that noise. Ooh, is this one I'm going to have to use 2 bottles for? Because that would be my last spare, and I bet I'm going to have to. Which means I'm not going to have a spare for the 5200, which I have 2 bags of, which means that I probably will only open 1 bag of that. Because I won't have any extra space. Okay. Just keep going. I can only do what I can do, right? 56 colors. I thought 4 spare would be enough, but clearly it won't be, which is okay. I'll figure something out. So like I said, I just went down the list of DMC codes. Oh, you guys. Of course I spilled. I just went down the list of DMC codes to see what I had that matched DMCs and what didn't. And then this kit is called Snowman with Gold and Silver Presents. And I was like, well, as I was going through all of my spare ABs, which is not just ABs, I say ABs, but it includes the crystals, the fairy dust, and all of that. So basically anything that's a non-regular drill. And I had these lovely metallic gold ones. And since it's gold and silver presents, I thought, well, I should definitely use these. And I think they match the closest with this color. So this color here, which is in a lot of the presents and the wrapping and the bows, and on some of the ornaments, I'm going to substitute this metallic gold. I don't know if I have enough to do a complete substitution, but I'm going to try. So I feel like I have quite a few options for ABs that I'm going to be able to do. So that makes me happy. because one of my goals, not written down explicitly, but one of my goals this year is to use up all of my, not all, but as many as I can, spare drills in projects, because they're just sitting around and I'm not doing anything else with them. And since I hauled them all the way to Canada, I feel like I should use them for something. I do have my 2 Heaven and Earth design projects that I will be using some of my spare drills for, but that won't use up all of them. All right, so you can see I don't have too many more stickers to go once I get all these other drills kitted up. We'll see if I have any more, or I need to use more than one bottle other than the 5200. I know I will need more than one. Get this one done. And then I've got a bunch more that do not have very many drills at all. At least it's going fairly smoothly. It's always amazing to me how much more quickly a kit up goes when you don't have any static. You wouldn't think it would take that much time away from stuff, but it really does. Okay, number 36 here. And I've forgotten what I was talking to you guys about. But I've already run out of the washi taped bottles. So I've got 7 left, I think. We'll see. I don't know if I can get one whole bag of the 5200 in one bottle. So even if I only open one bag, I might still need some room for some overflow. So I may go back to some that are currently in 2 bottles and see if I can make them just 1. All right, let me do these couple of greens here. And then once I get these done, then I can move on. Oh, I think these next 2 may need more than 1 bottle as well. Oof, I may be short. I may just have to go grab a couple of extra bottles or something that are going to float in the top of the case. Is that all going to go in? Darn it, I thought it would, but nope. Where did those 2 dark green ones come from? Were they left in the tray or were they stowaways? Oh well, they can just go in here. I'll pick them out as I work on the case. No extras now? Let's see if this next color fits all in one. Because if it doesn't, then I'm definitely going to be short. Ooh, this one I might be able to make fit. Okay, managed to make that one all fit in 1 bottle, so there's that. Okay. Hopefully I don't need any more. I don't think that one's full. I think they're just a bit staticky. Yeah. You guys, I don't know what's going on today, but I have heard both a train and a plane today, which is something I have rarely heard since we moved here. Big travel day, I guess. Some of these bags get crinkled up and it's hard to get the drills out of them into the containers. Did I lose another one? No. Okay. All right, so there's that. So once I get done with these, then basically what I have left is the 5200 and the ABs that came with the kit. So far, still on track with the colors. I haven't made any mistakes that I've noticed. Putting the wrong color in the wrong container. Wouldn't be the first time. I've done it on many occasions, but it would be nice if I didn't do it all the time. Okay, so now all I have left are the bottles with no washi tape on them. So let me put the stickers on those. All right, I was going to be 1 container short, but I managed to make one of the ones that was in 2 bottles fit in 1. So now I can finish these up and then we'll see where I'm at. Should I do the ABs before I do 5200? Let me see where I end up. All right, so that was the last regular drill. No, I still have the 5200, which is not an AB, weirdly. So that is also something I've picked out to be an AB because why not? It's a snowman. There's white on the presents, there's white on the snowman himself, so I'll be using that one as well. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the ABs first. Just because there aren't too many of them, I know they'll all go in one bottle, and then I'll just have to figure out what I'm doing with the 5200 if I can't fit one bag in one bottle. That first yellow AB, there were quite a few, but not nearly as many as all of the rest of these. As you can see, they have almost no ABs at all, quantity-wise. All right, last AB. So now all I have left are these 2 bags of 5200, and one of them is not as full, so maybe I will get lucky and this will all fit in one bottle. Get it to pour correctly. And then I don't have to have one open. Yes, okay. So I'll just leave this one in the bag and put it in the pouch at the top of the drill container, the case. So let me show you the finished case and then I'll show you all the other ABs I'm going to add. So here is the finished case, and I will put the ones that don't have stickers on them, I'll put stickers on them so I know what color they are, just so I don't get confused. And then I have all the ones with dots are ones that I'm going to be adding the AB. So I've already showed you the 5200, I've already showed you the 666, and I've showed you the 783, which is the one that I'm going to be substituting that metallic gold for. So those are all the ones that I'm going to be doing for that. But I'm also going to be substituting these 3 pixie dust. This is, it says 318, but it can also be used as 414. So we'll see if those are close enough in color. Actually, let me just look now. Where do I have 414? Is that going to be close enough to match? It's not quite as dark as these, but it would probably be fine. And then 415, those don't match really at all, do they? So I probably won't use those, but I can use these in 498. See, I keep hanging on to these because this is like a really dark red, and this ends up looking more like a kind of purpley berry color. So I'll leave them out because I know it's going to go in his hat and scarf, so maybe if I just sprinkle some of those in, that will be okay. And then I have some fairy dust drills for 3854, which admittedly I don't have a ton of, but I can just sprinkle them in and then use these up, which is my goal. And then I have 712. Ooh, those don't match either. So I don't think I'm going to use those. Then 3747, these are, ooh, not even close to being the same color. Interesting. Okay, so those will all go back. I won't use those. 815. I like these fairy dust ones because they just, that little extra sheen. So I will use these for 815. And then 762. Ooh, see, this is more kind of a whitish color, and these are definitely like a gray. So I don't think I'll use those either. And then 729 is this color, but I have this old gold medium crystal. I don't know if I'll actually use these or not, but if this goes in the presents or the little ornaments, which I suspect it does, then I may just sprinkle some in here and there. Again, just to kind of use them up, because like I said, I've had this forever and I've never even opened it. So yeah, just want to try and use them up. Okay, so not as many as I thought. I've got these 4 that don't really match that I'm going to put back. And they're all pixie dust, so that's interesting. But I do have all of these that I will be using in this cute little design. So yeah, I'm excited to bling this one up and see how it turns out. I'm looking at it, I think the only black is his little eyes and his little button here. I think that's going to be a good choice for me to not do the 310, so I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm excited about this metallic gold to see where I can use that at, and also some of these crystals, because like I said, I've had them for probably a couple of years and haven't used them. This one I've used on something because it's open, but this one hasn't even been opened. So yeah, excited. So actually only 8. I counted 10 of these, but only 8 because these are all 666. But they may look different, so we'll see. So leave me a comment down below and let me know what's the most bling. How many colors have you added to a kit? Mine was probably with Diana, and I want to say I used like 10 or 12 different colors, maybe even 15. But 8 seems pretty good, plus the other ABs that already came with the kit. So yeah, we'll see how that works out. That's it for me today, guys. Thanks so much for sticking around till the end of the video. Before you leave, don't forget to do all the things. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit that bell notification icon so that you can be informed of future uploads. And as always, guys, thanks so much for watching.